In this lecture, we will discuss properties of complex number. First, we will define what is complex number, properties of complex number, and how to solve quadratic equations. So first, what is complex number? So before we discuss complex number, first we will define small I. It is a square root of -1. This is the base for complex number. First we define I equal to square root of -1. So I square, it will be -1. This is the definition. Here we will define I equal to under root -1, square root of negative number -1. I square -1, squaring both sides. I cube, it will be I into I square. So I into I square is -1, so this is minus I. So in short, you note this thing: I equal to square root of -1, I square equal to -1, I cube equal to minus I raised to 4. This is I square raised to square. I square equal to -1, its square, that is +1. So I raised to 4, it is +1, and so on. Now we define complex number. Let x and y belongs to R. A number of the form z equal to x plus iy. It is also denoted by order pair x comma y. A number of the form z equal to x plus iy is called a complex number. So first we define complex number. Any number of the form z equal to x plus I into y, where x and y are real numbers, is called a complex number. X is called real part of z and y is called imaginary part of z. Symbolically we denote real part of z equal to x and coefficient of I, that is y. So it is called imaginary part of z, it is called y. So what is real part and what is imaginary part? As for example, suppose we have a complex number 3 plus 4i. So in this case, real part of z, it is 3, and imaginary part of z, that is coefficient of I, it is 4. Another example, suppose z equal to -4 -7i. So in this case, real part of z, it is -4, imaginary part of z, so it is coefficient of I, which is -7. Another example, say z equal to 4. So 4 can be written as 4 plus I into 0. So in this case, real part of z equal to 4, while imaginary part of z, it is 0, coefficient of I. And similarly, this is also known as pure real number, and in the case of z equal to say minus I, so this can be written as 0 plus I into minus 1. So in this case, real part of z, it is 0, while imaginary part of z, it is minus 1. So this any number of the form z equal to x plus iy is called a complex number, x is called real part of z, and y is called imaginary part of z. Another equality of two complex number. Suppose z1 equal to a1 plus ib1 and z2 equal to a2 plus ib2 be two complex number. z1 equal to z2, two complex number are equal if and only if their real parts are equal, a1 equal to a2 and b1 equal to b2. So we define two complex numbers are equal if and only if their real parts are equal and their imaginary parts are equal. Now we discuss algebra of complex number. Algebra of complex number. Algebra of complex number. First property, the closure law. First one is closure law. According to closure law, the sum of two complex number is complex numbers. First we defined sum if z1 equal to a1 plus ib1, z2 equal to a2 plus ib2, then we defined z1 plus z2 equal to a1 plus a2 plus I into b1 plus b2. So when we take addition, means addition of real part plus I into addition of imaginary part. So first law, the closure law, according to this property, the sum of these are the basic properties of complex number. The sum of complex number is a complex number. The sum of a complex number is a complex number. Normally capital C is denoted for set of complex number. Capital C for set of complex number. Set of complex number. So sum of a complex number is a complex number. That means this according to this closure property if Z1 and Z2 belongs to set of complex number, then according to closure law Z1 plus Z2 is also a complex number. So this is property which is known as closure law. Another commutative law. These are the properties for addition. Similarly, there are also property for a multiplication. Now we discuss commutative law. So according to commutative law, addition is commutative. So Z1 plus Z2 is same as Z2 plus Z1. This is because of commutative law. Third one, associative law. According to associative law, for addition, Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3, this is same as Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. This is associative law. Fourth one, the existence of additive inverse. The existence of additive identity. The existence of additive identity. So for any complex number, there exists a complex number which we denote as 0, called the additive identity, or 0 complex number, that for every complex number the existence of additive identity means there exists a complex number zero, or we can also denote 0 plus I into 0. Simply it is denoted by 0. Called the additive identity. Called the additive identity, such that for all Z belongs to C, Z plus 0 equal to Z. That's why 0 is called the additive identity. So there exists a complex number 0, also denoted by 0 plus I into 0. That means for a complex number 0, real part is 0 as well as imaginary part is 0, is called additive identity, because for any complex number, for all Z belongs to C, Z plus 0 equal to Z. That's why 0 is called the additive identity. Fifth one, the existence of additive inverse. The existence of additive inverse. For every complex number z, there exists minus z such that z plus z equal to 0, where 0 is the additive identity. So for each complex number z, there exists additive inverse minus z. So let us mention, to every complex number z equal to a plus ib we have the complex number minus a plus, we denote it by minus z, minus a plus I into minus b, called the additive inverse. Such that to every complex number z equal to a plus ib minus z equal to minus a plus I into minus b is called the additive inverse, so that z plus minus z equal to 0, where 0 is the additive identity. For example, you consider a complex number 3 plus 4i, so its additive inverse is minus 3 minus 4i, so that z plus minus z equal to always 0, where 0 is the additive identity. Now we define difference of complex number. Difference of a complex number. Say z1 equal to a1 plus ib1 and z2 equal to a2 plus ib2, b2 complex number. Then we define z1 minus z2, which is known as difference of two complex number z1 and z2, as a1 plus ib1 minus a2 plus ib2. So we defined it as by a1 minus a2 plus I into b1 minus b2. This is difference of two complex number. As for example, suppose z1 equal to 3 plus 4i, z2 equal to 5 minus 6i. To obtain z1 minus z2, now z1 minus z2, it is 3 plus 4i minus 5 minus 6i. So 3 minus 5 plus, we take I common, 4, here minus minus plus 6. So this is nothing but minus 2 plus 10i. This is z1 minus z2. So 3 minus 5, so it is minus 2, and 4i minus minus plus, so it will be 10i. So thus we define z1 minus z2 actually Z1 minus Z2, it is nothing but Z1 plus minus 1 into Z2. Now multiplication of two complex number. Next we define multiplication of two complex number. So we define how to get product of two complex number. So multiplication of two complex number. So let Z1 equal to A1 plus IB1 and Z2 equal to A2 plus IB2. We define Z1 into Z2 equal to A1 plus IB1 into A2 plus IB2, and we define Z1 into Z2 equal to Z1 into Z2 equal to A1 A2 minus B1 B2 plus I into A1 B2 plus B1 A2. This we defined as multiplication of two complex number Z1 and Z2 or product of two complex number. Actually it is ordinary multiplication. Z1 into Z2, this is A1 plus IB1 A2 plus IB2 A1 into A2 A1 plus IB1, so IA1 B2 IB1 into A2, so IB1 A2 I into I square B1 B2. Now when we write real part, means which not contains I, so real part A1 A2 I square is minus 1, so this is minus B1 B2, so this is real part, and here when we take I common, so into bracket A1 B2 plus B1 A2. This is multiplication of two complex number I into A1 B2 plus B1 A2. So this we have defined as multiplication or product of two complex number. Now multiplication properties for multiplication. Properties for multiplication. These are the basic properties. First we have discussed properties for addition. Now we discuss properties for multiplication. Again, first property is the closure law. According to closure law, if Z1 is complex number, Z2 is complex number. In addition, Z1 plus Z2 was a complex number. So here this is closure property for multiplication. So Z1 into Z2 is also a complex number. So according to closure law, Z1 belongs to C, set of complex number. Z2 belongs to C, set of complex number. Then Z1 into Z2 multiplication is also a complex number. So Z1 into Z2 also belongs to C. So this is a closure law. Second one, commutative law. So according to commutative law, Z1 into Z2 is same as Z2 into Z2. In addition, Z1 plus Z2 equal to Z2 plus Z1. That was commutative law for addition. Similarly, here commutative law for multiplication, Z1 into Z2 is same as Z2 into Z1. So this law is known as commutative law for multiplication. Similarly, the associative law in the case of multiplication, the associative law third one. So according to this associative law, Z1 into Z2 into Z3, this is same as Z1 into Z2 into Z3. So this is associative law for multiplication. Now for addition, 0 was the additive identity. Here we will define multiplicative identity. The existence of multiplicative, the existence of multiplicative identity. So according to this property, for each complex number Z, for each complex number Z belongs to C, there exists, this is the symbol, there exists 1 belongs to C complex number. Z means it is x plus iy for any complex number. 1 means 1 plus I into 0. So for each complex number Z belongs to C, there exists 1 belongs to C complex number, C set of complex number such that Z into 1 equal to Z. For every complex number Z, 1 is called multiplicative identity. 1 is called the multiplicative identity. And fifth property, existence of multiplicative inverse. The existence of multiplicative inverse. So once we have identity, then we can discuss inverse for multiplication. So for each complex number, for each z equal to a plus ib, there exists complex number z raised to minus or 1 upon z, and it is a upon a square plus b square plus I into a upon a square plus b square minus I b upon a square plus b square, such that z into 1 upon z equal to 1. So 1 upon z is known as multiplicative inverse. So for any complex number a plus ib, its multiplicative inverse is given by a upon a square plus b square minus I into b upon a square plus b square.